With 4 wins and 5 losses to the start of their campaign and playing absolutely poor when they do play, it's safe to say Manchester United have not had the start of the season they were expecting. So, using Football Manager 23, let's go and rebuild them. Let's see if I can do any better. Welcome in folks, Russ here and welcome to Rebuilding Manchester United. We're going to take 3 seasons and see if we can do better than Erik ten Hag is doing at the moment. We are using an updated database, so we have the right teams in the Premier League, we have the right players at the right clubs as well, and hopefully we can get some more trophies from Manchester United because, let's be honest, the Carabao Cup isn't good enough. Although, me being a Tottenham fan, I'd be happy winning the Carabao Cup. But yes, Man United, they want more. So, if we have a look at the squad then, as I said, it is an updated database. You've got Johnny Evans there, Amrabat, Reguilon. You've got, who else coming in this window? Where is he to? Højlund. They got a good team on paper. It's just getting those characters working together there. So hopefully we can do something with this and bring in our own players. Manchester United haven't won the Premier League since Fergie left. They haven't won the Champions League, so that is what our goal is going to be. We've got a bit of money to play around with at the moment. We have £24 million, but we're going to make some sales. I'm going to offload. Harry Maguire's going to go. Donny van der Beek's hopefully going to go. And, where's he to? Martial's going to go. They're 3 players I definitely want out of the club, and maybe get rid of Sancho as well, see what we can do. So we'll come back at the end of season 1. As I said, it's going to be 3 seasons we're going to simulate just to see how well we can do. Join us at the end of season 1. So season number 1 is in the bag, and we've only gone and won the Premier League. Look at that, 88 points, 5 point clear of Liverpool. Trophy number 1 in the bag in season number 1. And in terms of other competitions then, Champions League, we got knocked out in the quarterfinals by Barcelona. We're semi-finaled by Liverpool in the FA Cup and semi-finaled as well in the Carabao Cup by Chelsea. So just the 1 trophy, it's a good start, and it is the Premier League after all. So yeah, really happy to win the league. Must be the first one they've won in about 10 seasons. Yeah, last time they won it was a 2012-2013 season, like I said, when Fergie was here. So we've done it. Woohoo! Premier League champions. That's what we want. Having a look at it here, it's 27 wins, 7 draws, 4 losses, 98 goals scored, 34 conceded, and 64 goal difference. So, brilliant. They've done well. They've won a trophy, Russ. Come on. What you've come for is the transfer, though, haven't you? So let's have a look at what we've done then. And it's going to be transfers out we're going to look at first. And the first name to leave the club then was Jadon Sancho. He went to Real Madrid for £50 million. Next at the door was Anthony Martial. He went to Tottenham for 31 million. Joe Hugill, young player, not really worried about him leaving. Donny van der Beek went out on loan to Juve. We couldn't sell him in the end, had to go out for loan. Other big names, you'll notice there's a player here that doesn't normally pay for us. We'll come on to that in a minute. He's gone out on loan. Malaysia, we've sold him to Borussia Dortmund for 21.5 million, can rise to 26. Harry Maguire went to Tottenham for £13 million. Yes, it's not a lot of money, but he's off the books. That's what we want. Lindelof went to AC Milan for 7.75 million. We loaned out Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Dalot went to Juve for 18 million in January. And that is it, big name-wise, that left us. So, who did we bring in? First player we got in, he's on the cover, isn't he? It's Evan Ferguson. We had to bring him in. He is a wonderful striker in this game. We can develop him. He's young. He's 18. He's going to get loads of goals for us. And he is a wonder kid after all. Played 24 games, scoring 6 goals, 3 assists in the Premier League. So first season for him, it's done okay. We then picked up a centre-back and right-back in Pierre Kalulu from AC Milan. £48 million we spent on him there. We also brought in another centre-back, Nico Schlotterbeck from Borussia Dortmund. £27 million we spent on him. Danny Olmo joined us as well. £40 million from Leipzig. Nathan Patterson, we brought him in and then we loaned him straight back out to Everton. He's another young player that can play at right back. So why we brought him in, we want the young players to come in and just do things, grow with the club and win trophies with us. We then I thought we needed some more players in the centre, so we brought this guy in. Adrien Rabiot, brilliant player, 29 years old and had a fantastic season for us. 33 games played, 9 goals, 10 assists, 3 man of the matches. Perfect. Just what we need. That enforcer in the midfield with Casemiro. Just, yeah, what we needed at the club. We then brought in another centre-back and right-back in Mohamed Simakan. Can play centre-back, can play right-back, like I said. So, yeah, really happy to bring this guy in. 32 games he played, 7.02 rating. And the last player joining us was another right-back with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka going. Nordi Makuli. He joins us from PSG for £22.5 million. So really happy with the business we've done. Let's have a look at our goal scorers then for the season. We go here and go selection information. Top assists went to Anthony, 20 assists there, 7 goals scored. And then goals then, Rasmus Højlund scoring 37, Rashford scoring 27. And Varane scoring 16. So corners are working for us. Plan for this season then. Where is he to? Let's go back on the assists. Mr. Anthony's unhappy, so we're going to try and sell him. So I need players on the right. I want to work on the defence as well a little bit more. Nico Slotterback, maybe he's not the sort of player we need. So maybe we'll try to move him on. Maybe we'll move on Mason Mount as well. Ericsson, bring in a couple more midfielders. I do have a few transfers already going through. So we got Sergio Ramos coming in. I know he's 38, but you've got to bring in these players, haven't they? He can add so much to the dressing room with his leadership. And then the other cover star, Camavinga. It's going to cost us £81 million in total, but he's such a wonderful player. Join us at the end of Season 2 then and see how we get on. Season number 2 complete, so let's see just how well we did. And it's back-to-back Premier Leagues for us. Champions League, we've got the semi-finals. We won the FA Cup, so it was an English double. Missed out on the English treble, though, with the Carabao Cup losing in the final. But we did pick up the Community Shield. So 3 trophies. Brilliant. And it is another Premier League, back-to-back Premier League. 3 points ahead of Liverpool, so maybe we won that on the last day of the season. The only problem I can see here is only 13 goals scored by Rasmus Højlund. We will have a look at the extended Premier League then. And yeah, so 26 games won, 5 drawn, 7 lost. So we've gone down on the wins and crept up with the losses there. 83 goals scored, not as many as last season. 35 conceded as well. So we do need to shore up that defence and goalkeeping a little bit for the next season. Because, yeah, if we're going to continue like that, we are going to concede a lot of goals, aren't we? And maybe lose the league. Let's have a look at the transfers then. Well, before we do that, actually, FA Cup, who did we beat in the final? We beat Chelsea 4-2. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Carabao Cup, who did we lose that to? Oh, Man City. Of all the teams you're going to lose it to, it has to be your rivals, then. Man City beat us 2-1 on the day. Who scored our goal for that one then? It was Evan Ferguson. We were 1-0 up in... Fernandes missed a penalty. I mean, if he scored that, maybe different. We could have won English treble, but there we go. Wasn't to be. Right, let's have a look at transfers then, because that's what you guys are going to be looking here for. So, let's go with the players that are leaving us to start with. Right, so we had Wan-Bissaka went to Everton on a free. Mason Greenwood left to Roma for 12 million. Anthony went to Barcelona for £75 million. Donny van der Beek went to Juve for 5 million. £10 million we got for Christian Eriksen, who's gone back to Ajax. And then who else did we sell? Big names. That's at the end of the season. We'll go on to that in a little bit. And that is it. Everything else is sort of loan deals that we had out. Players in then. So we brought in this guy from Celtic, Liao Abada. Good player, I think. Play out on that right-hand side. Got 12 games for us, 3 goals. Didn't play as much as I thought he would, but we can develop around him. Alejandro Baldi joined us from Barcelona. He cost us £11 million, 24 games, 3 assists, 2 man of the matches. Plays anywhere on that left-hand side, and we wanted to shore up that left-back position. Sergio Ramos, you knew about that. Camavinga. In fact, Sergio Ramos, how many games did he play for us in the end? 27, and a pretty poor rating, if I'm totally honest. So maybe it wasn't worth the risk there. Camavinga, as I said, joining us. You saw that from the end of last season. Absolutely wonderful player. 32 games, 10 goals, 6 assists, 7.16 on the ratings there. So we can develop our midfield around him. He's going to be at that pivot point, just pinging the ball wherever we need it to go. Thought we needed some players on the right hand side with Anthony leaving us and Ericsson going. So we brought in Zaniola. Brilliant player. Absolutely fantastic. 38 games, 9 goals, 5 assists, 7.01. Aston Villa have got a wonderful player on loan now. I'm starting with Galatasaray in the beta save. I'm gutted he's not going to be there for that season. We also loaned in Ansu Fati because I thought we needed some extra bodies on that left hand side and up front. He can also play on the right hand side, so all bases covered on the attack, and we've agreed a fee to bring him in at the end of the season as well. It's going to cost us, where is it to? It's not on there, but yeah, we are going to bring him in. We need a player like him. The transfer fee is agreed. I think we could probably look at it here. Transfers in. It's going to cost us £32 million, so it isn't that bad. And yeah, we're trying to get this guy in for next season, but we'll go through that as we go on. Brought in another goalkeeper, youngster, 20 years old. Cost us £17 million from AZ Alkmaar. 4-star potential could be good for us in the future if we were to go down the route of continuing this on after the third season. And then, yeah, for next season then, I thought we needed a new goalkeeper. So Andre Onana's gone to Tottenham for £50 million. And we activated the release clause on Diogo Costa to come in for next season. So there's one of the deals we've done. Goalkeeping is going to be... it's going to be upgraded there massively on Onana. He is eccentric. Diogo's probably the best goalkeeper in the game, so really happy to get that deal done. In terms of assists and goals for last season then, assists, it was 18 for Bruno Fernandes, 13 for Luke Shaw, and goals then 23 for Evan Ferguson, 23 for Højlund, and 19 for Ansu Fati, 18 for Rashford, 16 for Camavinga. So we are getting the goals, are just spread out. We have no definitive goal scorer in the side, and that's not an area I'm going to work on. I think it's the midfield that needs to be worked on this season. Maybe the right back as well with Kalulu and I can't think of the other guy's name now. Kalulu, Sikamun and Mukili. I think we need a proper right back there. They're all centre backs. If we could find a proper right back, I think we'll be good for next season to win 3 in a row, and that is what the aim's going to be. Replicate what Fergie did, win 3 Premier Leagues in a row and win the Champions League. Join us at the end of season 3. Let's see how we got on. The end of our third and final season here of the Manchester United rebuild sees us lose the Premier League to Man City, but we win the Champions League. We beat Milan 4-1 in the final, so we win the Champions League. It's just gutting we couldn't win the third one, with the third Premier League. We also got knocked out in the FA Cup by Man City, and the Carabao Cup we were runners-up because we lost to Man City. They beat us to everything in England. Wow. Your rivals beat you to everything domestically, but winning the Champions League, how did we do in the game? We won 4-1, so it was a convincing win for us. We were 1-0 down as well from the 4th minute. Højlund then scored in the 9th. Rashford had a goal disallowed. Missed a penalty in the 50th. Fati then scored to put us in the league. Højlund 3 minutes later. And then right at the end of the game, Camavinga scoring in the 92nd minute to get us 4-1. And the Champions League. So yeah, more trophies for us. And it's a Champions League win, isn't it? So yeah, absolutely brilliant. We won everything bar the Carabao Cup during this rebuild. Let's have a look at the Premier League then. And where do we lose it? What was the margins that sort of cost us then? We're 2 points behind them. And it's a draw. If we hadn't drawn that game, we would have beat them on goal difference. If we just won that game, not drawn it, we'd have won it on goal difference. 107 goals scored, 30 conceded, 77 now. Fantastic return from us. Let's have a look at the transfers then, because that's what you guys are looking to see what we did here. So, players out first. We sold Diallo to Nantes for £2.8 million. Dani Olmo then went to Real Madrid for £58 million. Spain seemed to buy a lot of our players, especially on the right-hand side. We then sold Nathan Patterson to Marseille for £45 million. Wasn't going to get in the team, so yeah, we moved him on, wasn't happy. Rabiu went to Al Shabab for £60 million. I know I said he was a wonderful player, but when offers like that come in, you kind of need to move them on and bring the young players in. We then sold Casemiro in January to Flamengo in Brazil. It's because we brought in some midfielders to sort of replace him, some young ones. One you'll probably remember from the Napoli side of half-star to 5-star. We'll move on to that side now. So Fabio Moretti joins us from Juventus for £30 million. 22 years old, can play central midfield, can also play attack if we went that way. And if we went for the DM, we've got the DM, he can play in there. So one for the future, definitely. He played 28 games for us, 3 goals scored. Not a great average rating, but yeah, can build on him. Ansu Fati, as we said, joined us, £32 million after his loan deal. 34 games played, 4 goals, 12 assists, just below his ratings from the last season. Nathan Baxter joined us on a free as a backup goalkeeper. With Onana going, I thought we could do with another goalkeeper here, really. So yeah, that's why we brought him in. I don't think he played that much for us, though. By the looks of things, didn't play at all. So yeah, just sat there and just warmed the bench up for us. Desiree Dewey joined us as well, but I think he stayed there on loan. He did. We went back to that club on loan. Paid £40 million for him. He's another midfielder. He's young, 20 years old. Wonder kid. Would be fantastic for the side going forward. Next player in was Amin Slitty. Again, another player that we brought in, loaned straight back out. Can play on that left-hand side. He's young. He's 20 years old. He went to Ajaccio for the season. 26 games he played there. So another player that won for the future. Midfielders we brought in because of the Casemiro deal then. So Luka Susic, we had him at Napoli. Brilliant player. When he joined us from Salzburg, £14.5 million. Played 15 games, 1 goal, 4 assists. He played a lot in the cup competitions. Got 4, I think it was in the FA Cup he played there, and then got a couple in the Champions League for us as well. And the other player joining us was Angelo Stilter from Stuttgart. A more defensive option for us there. 13 games he played for us after his £21 million move. Another one who's going to probably be here for maybe 2 or 3 years before we move him on. I reckon we can make profit on him going by this value here. Players then, how did we do? So assists, 20 assists for Ansu Fati, 16 for Luke Shaw. He is a assist machine here. Mason Mount getting 14 assists. And goals, 39 for Højlund, 26 for Rashford, 21 for Evan Ferguson. Zaniolo got 17 as well, so we did well. Costa, 46 goals conceded. How many clean sheets did he get? He got 19. 30 goals conceded in the Premier League. Compared to Onana, let's just have a quick look at how well Onana did when Onana was with us. We're at Tottenham, they're there in 4th. Players, I probably could have done this a lot easier. Onana, yeah, it's improvement, isn't it? His highest was 18 with 32, so yeah, was right selling Onana and bringing in Diogo Costa. So, there's the rebuild. I think we did well. Man United season is going to go pretty poorly, if I'm totally honest. I think they're going to struggle getting into the Champions League. They might get into the red side of the European trophies, maybe in the green side, but yeah, it's definitely not going to be a Champions League. This is going to be the last video from us for FM23. It is going to be the beta that comes next for Football Manager 24, where we are in charge of Galatasaray. So if you guys have enjoyed that, drop a big thumbs up on the video for me. Comment down in the comment section of any transfer you thought was a bit poor from us, anything you think we could have done better. Drop it down in that comment section there. And as always, folks, thank you very much for watching.